Continuing my little series on the different animal groups in Australia. I did talk about Animal Liberation Queensland in previous episode. Talked about Animal Justice Party as well, though that was more for a political thing. Actually, I'll have to remember to tie the AJP into this as well. Now, the next cab off the rank is Animals Australia. Now, for some reason, Animals Australia seems to be the go-to organisation at the moment. Vegans love the organisation for some reason. I don't know why. There's far too many people promoting Animals Australia than there should be, because we need to sit down and remember that Animals Australia is not an animal rights organisation, nor is it a vegan organisation. And they've come out saying that they don't have a vegan agenda or a vegan message. The other thing you need to remember about Animals Australia is all they're worried about is people being mindful of where the animals that they are consuming came from. So that's the whole utilitarian approach of, you can keep doing what you're doing as long as you're mindful of where they came from and the way that they were treated, and if you can find a way to treat them better, treat them better. And something else that's interesting as well is that Animals Australia is a sponsor of the Reducitarian Forum. Now, there's, what is a Reducitarian conference? Conference that I hear you ask. Well, lo and behold, I only found out about this yesterday or the day before, I think it was. It's basically a conference about reducing animal consumption. It's not about a conference. It's not an animal rights conference. It's not about a conference about removing the consumption of animal products. It is just a conference about reducing. It's not reducing to zero. It's about reducing. So why would an organisation like Animals Australia get involved with that? Unless they really don't care about animals. They're not concerned about people not eating animals. They're concerned about people being more aware of the treatment of the animals. So, this is the thing. And, I really wish more vegans would, especially the ones in Australia that promote Animals Australia, would turn around and question why this organisation is doing it. And if you're promoting the organisation, remember, you're promoting a reducitarian message. So if you're promoting a reducitarian message as a message that you believe in, why are you vegan? So this is the thing. I thought I've been waffling for longer now, so it's only 2 minutes there. Animals Australia is a large charity according to the paperwork that they file. Humongous turnover every year on that one. Should people be getting involved in that one? Well, if you're vegetarian or reducitarian or whatever like that, yeah, go for it. If you're vegan, I wouldn't be doing it, because you're sending a conflicting message to people. So you're saying that you're vegan yourself, though you're happy for them to continue consuming animal products. So, it's like, a non-smoker or someone from the cancer council or whatever, someone that support non-smoking, just going out and handing out or telling people, oh, that's all right, just go to menthols or go to 30s or 20s or whatever the flavours are with the cigarettes these days. Not having smoked cigarettes, I'm not sure how the system works, but going from the high tar ones high nicotine ones going down the low nicotine ones, they're the same as that. So I'm not sure why people do it. Is it part of the whole social acceptance thing? And the other thing too is that you need to remember about Animals Australia now, because they've got so big and because there's so many paid people on board the organisation now, is that they're no longer interested in ending animal consumption. What they're interested in is about getting more money in and increasing brand awareness. And that's what most of these ban live export billboards and everything that you see, all these campaigns, are more about increasing brand awareness for Animals Australia. So when, if someone turns around and says something about, the animal protection movement, first thing someone's going to think of when they're talking about animal protection in Australia would be Animals Australia, and this is over the RSPCA. So this is the thing, is that Animals Australia is no longer, they've got too big, and their responsibilities are for maintaining their employees and everything like that. So they don't really want to put themselves out of business. So anyway, that was just that. It's really, I'm not aware of every animal group in Australia or every vegan group in Australia. I don't believe that there's any that you should be supporting, because there's not going to be one that comply, that has the same message as you with everything that they do. Really, it's wet. Cars are just streaking forward, and this little 13990, what is it, a Fiesta Aztec, found a little gap, just a car length gap, and pulled into it. Anyway, if I was inclined to go road rage, I'd yell and rant and rave, and got to get a bull bar for this car, so then I can just start being one of those aggressive four-wheel drive drivers. So anyway, so that's the thing, is that there's not. I'm going to go through all the animal groups that I can find and share my thoughts on them and why you shouldn't do it, and why you should be, if you do support them, why what you need to be aware of. So anyway, that's mine. Animals Australia is a big fat no-no. Don't support them. Don't donate to them. Don't do anything like that. And here's another one that just pushed in as well. So he's deciding to stop in front of me. Oh wow, you are a hero. You're going to have an accident. Anyway, a little bit of road rage there for me. I was ready for this one, so I'm not tolerating it anymore. Wet weather too, and they want to play stupid games like this. Baffles me. So what else was I saying? So, cutting the road rage out, going through different animal groups and the message that they promote and everything like that. And they're just talking about that. It's like a wet road, slippery road. They're in a ute, and they're booting it to fishtail up and down the road. So, for me, that's an accident waiting to happen, and I need to have a think about, they're going to stay in that lane. So, anyway, so yes, I won't get on to traffic driving or anything like that, because that will get me ranting for ages. So, as I said, thank you for watching. Oops, wrong one. I'm turning the rear wipers on. Modern technology in cars, it's oh boy. Because it doesn't rain that much here in Queensland, I'm still not quite sure where all the buttons are on this car, because I've always had the original old-fashioned cars where it's just click buttons here and just one thing. Now this has got buttons for everything. So anyway, I'm not going to rant about my car. Thanks for watching this episode of Vegan Police TV. Remember, don't fear the vegan police. We're here to help.